In the greenhouse game, each week begins with 3 players entering the greenhouse, earning power in deciding who goes home each cycle. Players in the greenhouse designate which players are vulnerable at each week's banishment. Additionally, players are able to earn seeds, the in-game currency, and the vulnerable players can use those seeds to buy their way out of precarious situations. Alliances must be forged, lies must be told, and at the end of each cycle, someone has to go home. It's the ultimate game of negotiation. Do you strike now or save your power for later? Do you rescue a valuable ally or do you hang on to your seeds? 14 enter, 1 will leave. This is The Greenhouse, Season 3. It is time for the Final 9 auction. The Venus Flytrap is out of play because last time. So yeah, get ready to go. I'll put 12 minutes on the clock.
I'll catch you up on my side.
Oh, okay.
So, Olivia just holds around with saying Abrielle, okay? And then I go in there and try to get them to nominate Shane, which I did. But because of that, they were really unsure about you because you told Abrielle and them like what Zach had told you about the voting block thing. And they feel like that wasn't true, which it's because of what Zach told you.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're telling you the information that you got.
Yeah, no, that's not. But also, like, okay, say that it wasn't true or whatever.
Right.
How was that advantageous for me? Like, what do they think was malicious about that?
I think Olivia and Bryn think that because you told people what Zach told you that they can't tell you things, sort of deal. I think you're safe.
Okay.
I think Shane is going home easy.
I think so too, because of a conversation I just had, and I'll catch you up with that. But the thing, it was true.
No, absolutely. That, and I told them.
Did you convince them that it was?
I told them. Zach said that same exact thing.
Good.
Thing to
Thank
me.
you.
I took up for you, but I mean, I think they're just kind of worried about that whole situation. I still think Shane is the target.
I think so too.
Yes, I can't look at Shane because he knows that I just talked to them, and I'm sure he knows that I got him up there.
Yeah. Okay, so conversation that I had around the corner, and then like we can pull Zach and Edmund into this. We want to see this to the end with people who are playing the game and who are playing it well.
I agree.
And we feel like there are people who are kind of just floating on by. Gabrielle's floating on by, Olivia's floating on by, Bryn's floating on by.
I hope just because I have not been nominated or done anything, I am not floating by.
What do you
Right?
mean? No, they didn't say that about
Okay.
you. They didn't say that about you. In fact, they want us to be like, we are strategic players.
I'm fine with that.
We can work hard
fine
and
with
make it to the end.
Absolutely.
We were like, if we want to lose to someone in the final, it's to someone that we know put
Deserved
their...
it.
Yeah, and they played the game well, and we feel like there are some people who
Okay,
are
I'm
kind
down.
of just like
I'm down.
floating around, and then also people are like, Shane is really scrambling right now. Like, he's really running around with his chicken, head like a chicken with his head cut off. That's what Edmund's words.
Okay.
But I feel like we should solidify this with
Totally fine.
Edmund
Absolutely.
and Zach.
I literally said I wanted to work with him. Like when I left the room, I said I wanted to work with Thomas.
I know, but it's the smartest thing for my gameplay currently, if I want to stay in.
Okay, because I thought we had a final thought going. Am I the target?
No, you're not the target. Honestly, what I did back there was very impulsive and very, unplanned.
Yeah.
My sincerest apologies.
Yeah.
But really, truly, at the end of the day, not a whole lot of thought behind it other than not wanting to nominate Shakira.
I know, and before that, I got that.
Yeah. And talking about me and Zach, I just worry that there would have been too much going on behind the scenes with them to where it could backfire.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about earlier.
Like ever since the first draft.
I know, but
I understand. I just had to come and talk.
no. And I mean, it's no, I respect you and I'm fearful of you, so.
You shouldn't have.
Why?
Dude, I literally thought we were locked in. All right. Well, last just extra effort. You want to give me a seed?
I don't have one.
Oh, I thought I heard Jingle.
No, it's one of the little chippies. The little. I'll show you.
No, I didn't know. All right. Well, I appreciate you.
You're gonna be on jury, so you can screw me in the afterlife.
I wasn't.
Seeds. Who has seeds?
I'm broke. I've been broke.
You've been broke, girl. I
I
know.
don't even grab the pot anymore. All there is a rock I put in there.
If
It feels
anything,
special.
I think it's like. It didn't surprise me too much that she was put up there, just because, like, even though that was like a team thing, we were just holding ping pong balls. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't like a last
Super intense
that was
team thing.
So I'm just curious, like, what kind of, because I'm gonna sit right here.
I want to know what everyone wants to vote. You know, who do they really want out?
I've been saying for a while that I think Shane is
I don't think you're alone in that.
You're good.
Yeah, I think it's just like,
Jesus.
please don't get in my face. I think it's.
Hello. Anyone want to talk? It's fine if
You
you
can
want.
us.
I know.
You can come sit.
Because
We
I'm
just are
sitting
tired.
until somebody asks to talk. So
Yeah. Like I feel like it's me right now, and I get it.
I mean,
So,
like, why? Where's your head at? Why is it?
Brent just told me it was me. Like straight up
Oh.
said, "You're gonna be on jury," and I'm like, "Cool." So that
I'm curious
sucks.
what kind of pushed you to.
I was like,
She probably can't handle.
I was like, is there any chance? I was like, I have to talk to you. Is there any chance I could have a seed? And she was like, I want you to go. And I'm like, work.
I mean, I'll
So-
tell you what. That's cutthroat, man.
I was gonna say I'd like.
But like, she's
Like,
honest.
Yeah.
Sorry to you,
No
but
offense,
that was,
terrible.
That was,
It
no,
really
that
is.
was,
But like, shit.
yeah.
So
I was not a
Brings
response
tears.
I was expecting. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really have much to offer right now. Obviously.
Yeah. That's it's just not something you want to hear. You know.
That is pretty discouraging.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I was playing the game hard, and I thought we all kind of were.
Yeah.
I understand.
And like everyone is. It's just we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's kind of like how it was in the beginning. Like, it's not personal. It's just the game.
Yeah.
Now it's not personal. but
Yeah,
it's
because
a
I
game.
thought after the fly trap we were all on like the same page.
Well, that's what I was worried about when I was. I think, and maybe in like a one-on-one or something, I was like, we're so distracted with this Brady thing right now that people are not thinking about what is coming after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the same thing
And I'm
happened.
trying to.
The same thing happened with Nick.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with Nick when everybody got on board with what, like, voting Nick out. The next round, everyone was like, "Oh wait, now what will we do?" And I felt the same thing happened with Brady, and it did, because after that we were all like, "Okay, we had all kind of come together against Brady, but now we're
Well,
like,
is there anything I can say to like help me stay in the game? Like,
if the thing that like, if that's the sentiment that other people have, if Brent just said that, then like, I don't want an ally
yeah,
to see the members vote against her."
yeah. 'Cause my thing
You
is
know.
she doesn't have a vote right now.
So
What, sister?
Shane just told us that Brent told him you're going to be on jury. And he's like, can I get a seat from you? And she went, no, I don't want you.
I'm gonna be on jury. We're
Not
all
you,
on jury.
not you, like him. Like, he's gone. Like, she told him. He said, can I get a seat? This from him. Can I get a seat? She's like, no, I want you to go. Like, straight up.
Brent said that?
Brent said that to him. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me because I don't think she wants to lie. I don't think she wants to do all that. Wow. I went, God damn. I was like, just cut through. But honestly, like, respect.
Yeah, I really respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so of the people voting, it's you, it's Zach, it's Thomas, it's Edmund, and I feel really solid with that.
Yeah.
The only other person voting is Abrielle, who I don't feel quite as solid with, but if it's me versus Shane, I still feel like I can win her over.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I had 2 bank votes. I'm trying to make sure I don't have to like distribute those to like, actually no, I have 1 bank vote. I need to make sure I don't need to distribute it to like push it a little further away from me, you know?
What I was told, and I was trusting Bryn on that one. I was like, maybe I should have talked to you first. I'm sorry. It was a last minute decision. I was like,
fine.
should I? Yeah. So like what I was told was like, yeah, like Zach told Shakira something, and like in confidence, like I was told it was supposed to be a secret, and then it was spread. So I was like, oh, well that might be like. I was looking for a reason because I didn't have a reason to put anywhere else. I was like, well, that's one reason. Like, it's just
No,
the
I get
last
what you're
minute,
saying.
like, it's
I
not,
was
like,
just really thrown off because Ariel was saying how she felt so vulnerable, and I was like, why do you feel vulnerable? You have a pact with someone who has power. And in my back of my head, I'm like, this is not adding up. So that's why I brought it up to her. I was like, I heard that you had like a pact with someone. Why do you feel so iffy? So it was really more of me just doing some investigating. I was like, why would Zach say it's not true? You know
that
what I mean?
makes sense. Yeah.
But anyways, in the silver lining, I would like to thank you for nominating me and not Bryn, because at least I got a seed.
Yeah.
So that counts for something.
Are you able to bid on anything? Because you have a lot of people, I think, who would take your side. Like, if you go to maybe Zach, he's normally willing to help out with seeds.
Yeah.
I don't know how many he has, so I can't guarantee that.
I am not able to bid on Uproot at the moment, but like you said, I feel like if I need to start lobbying for seeds, that it wouldn't be hard enough for me. It wouldn't be hard
You
to...
don't need... I thought you need 3 for Uproot.
Oh, I thought it was 4.
It's 3.
Oh, okay, good.
You could bid on it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think I necessarily need to do that.
Okay.
Since I've A, heard that the consensus is Shane, and B, that would put y'all in a bad position to have to replace.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to do that if it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, keep your seats if you're comfortable.
Because I haven't heard, like, I heard that he is asking around for seeds, but I don't think anyone's given him any.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard someone tell him to his face, no, I'm not giving you seeds because I want you gone.
Who told him that? That's so messy. That's so nice.
Bryn.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, which I feel like if anyone has the room to say that, it would be...
Bryn's the one who...
Put him up.
Look, I told Bryn, I'm like, Bryn, I'm not putting Shane out because I promised him I wouldn't.
Okay.
You, however, can play your own game.
Yeah.
I do not speak for you. I make that clear to everyone I talk to. Go talk to Bryn. I'm not speaking for the Rose. Like, that's their job. Like,
okay.
Is to talk
That's good.
to,
And I mean, I do like that you kept your word and whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it happened, but at least it wasn't via you.
No, and
I'm closer to her than you, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
My thing is that, like, I thought Abrielle was the target this week, so I was shocked by the 2 nominees, but...
Because, like, we've been working together the whole time. And that's where I was, like, just kind of confused as to what just happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there any chance that I can get your vote at all? Like, I know you're close to Shakira, so,
yeah.
I mean, but I have to do this. Or if you have any seeds, like, anything that I can use Uproot on. Like,
I don't know. I really want to keep my seeds going into the late game, you know? I mean, is there something that you can offer me that Shakira doesn't, you know?
If y'all have been close this whole time, like, I mean, I'm sure y'all knew each other before this, and we've been working the whole game.
Right.
I don't have anything. At this point, all I have is a jury vote.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But obviously, I'm not going to threaten you with that. That'd be fucked up. So, all right, I understand.
Yeah.
So, cool.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
I'm
not going to lie to you and say, you know?
I mean...
I'm fine with these noms.
Yeah, is there a certain way the wind is blowing? I have a vote. Don't know what to do with it. Kind of have an idea, but
I'm just kind of waiting to see if they actually pool seeds at all or get
Who's
seeds.
there?
Shakira or Shane.
Or anyone.
But I don't think they have enough.
I don't think they have enough.
So we'll see.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's good. I'd rather keep things out of the way.
Personally,
I don't know what the hell I would do if one of them was removed. Hopefully the one
only
to
thing
remove is Shane.
the only thing I have said to Shane was 9, the number 9. And guess how many people are in right now? 9. Personally, like...
Are you disagreeing?
No, I'm totally fine. Okay, so right before nominations, I went in and I said...
That's what I was saying. I knew it had something to do with, you know...
It was completely my decision. So I went in and I said, why does Shane deserve protection? He just chose a red card. And I was like, I think I said, like, Edmund, like, chose us 3 because of our good, like, social game. Like, and, like, of course we're saving him because he chose us. Like, Shane does not, like, we don't owe him protection, essentially. And Bryn was like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's
Shane's going to be really pissed at me.
Why?
Because he was expecting me to give him a placement.
I get that.
But that's exactly why I didn't give it to him, because I think it would be 10 times crazier right now.
Right.
but I think this is good because I finally talked to Shakira and Zach.
Yes,
Did they tell you about
Shakira
that?
just talked to me about it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
The
completely
only
down for
thing
that.
I am completely down too. I want it too.
Mhm.
My only concern is that, like, I know that Zach is closer to YouTube than me, and that's
You think?
yes. But,
Okay, so then maybe I'm wrong because I had the impression you three were closer
Okay.
than me.
okay, well then maybe we're all equal.
But I mean, it's always been me and you.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
The only thing I can like, I gave you a seat earlier. Is there any chance that you have any seats?
I don't. If I had them, I would give it to you. But
Yeah.
what happened?
I'm up. I'm going home.
Why? I thought it would be Shakira.
No.
Okay, well if you're going home, then I'm fucking mad because
Yeah. So it's okay. So Kat, yeah, and I think they're gonna win the game. I thought we had plans.
yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I mean, it's so obvious now, but only one person can win.
that sucks.
But
Yeah, if I had a seat, I'd give it to you. Like
I
I don't even
appreciate it,
carry
yeah.
around my damn bucket anymore because it's empty.
yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well,
well,
Good luck
if,
out there.
if I hear anything otherwise, I'll
no,
let
it's
you
I know it's me. It's fine. Like they straight up told me we were getting you out. I'm like,
Well,
okay, well,
right,
that's why I
I'm
was like, let me try and get a
out
seat.
of the
I
loop
guess.
again.
Sorry, girl.
Direct quotes, it was, I asked for a seat and she said, no, I want you to go.
I should have this motherfucker my cup.
And I saw it.
Exactly.
And I saw it too.
And then he said that you said, no, you're going to be on jury.
No, I said, don't worry if you're
Okay,
out,
he's got to
you'll
go.
be on.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I said, don't worry if you're out, you'll be on jury and you can haunt me from the grave.
Is it okay?
That's on video too, so that's gonna be funny.
No, we were sitting there and we both
That's
went.
my thing. Everything's
sorry?
on video and I go direct quote and I feel like you could play it back and be like, this happened.
He like lied about what Bryn said.
I don't feel bad. This is like what, time number 3?
Oh, he was saying like she
Like campaigning the whole
He told
time.
us that she said, I'm not giving you a seat, I want you to go. He told us that that's what she said. And she's like,
Do you know what's in my cup right now?
not a damn seed.
Yes.
A blue dot.
He asked
I
me
think
for a
she-
seed, and
I
I
think
was
he's
like,
just complaining.
I mean, you can go look at my
We were
pot, but
sitting
it's
over
got a
there,
rock in it.
and he's like, so if y'all can do anything, and Shakira's like, you want to talk? And I'm like, oh, just balance from the situation.
No, he came up to me, and once he told me that you said that the vote was essentially against him, I was like,
So he basically dug his own grave.
I was like, I don't plan on going against that, and I don't want Shakira to think anything about it.
I think you're good.
Well,
Like,
he lied about what Bryn said to him to
Right.
us. And I was like, can I hear what you said? Actually, she's like, I just said it's nothing personal.
it's giving desperation.
Yeah, and I think it's
But
been giving
honestly,
us
it
giving
didn't,
me
make
grass
me, it didn't make me upset with you. I'm like, that's cutthroat. But honestly, props to
No,
her
we
for not
both
being
we
a
both
liar.
went like,
I was like, that
Work.
sucks to
Yeah.
hear. I said, that sucks to hear, but like,
You heard
damn.
me? I said, I'm not gonna be able to look anyone in the eye after this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was clearly a hurtful, like,
Either way, I'm like, fine with that you handle, but I was like, damn.
So I had no idea that was happening
It's fine. So
because I was under the impression Bryn was saving.
Brent's not with us. Honestly, you are in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Like, it's obviously that group. So I just came to ask if you got a seat.
I don't. I used them all last round
Okay.
for the Venus flytrap.
Then yeah, I'm out. Like, I can't get 3.
No one will give you one. I only
That's
have a
why you-
banked vote. That's
That's
why.
why you're in trouble. Like, it's very apparent. So good luck. You got my vote in if you get there, obviously.
Alright everyone, here we are at the end of another auction. I see no bids.
Actually, can I get seat count?
Sure. We'll give it to you after we adjourn.
Yeah.
Alright, Shane by seat count. Any other announcements? Okay. And with that, the auction is closed. So unfortunately, Shane and Shakira, you are the final nominees for the round, and one of you will be banished from the Greenhouse Season 3. I'll put 10 minutes on the clock and just kind of feel the flow of things.
Out. This is basically a last-ditch effort to try and use some kind of information. All I had was 2 seeds, but everyone has pretty much told me to my face that I'm going home. So this is honestly just to make some people sweat. I'm gonna try and help some allies, but good job. They played me. It's fine.
What did you learn anything from seed count?
Thomas, I knew he had a lot. He said that he wasn't he wanted to go in. Honestly, I just don't get Bryn's gameplay right now. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And so he has a lot. Who's the other S? I should have. Shakira has 3 Cs, but she's obviously on the block, so that makes sense. I mean, this really didn't matter. Like, not everyone, it looks about right. And obviously everyone was like, no, I'm not giving you a seed, because I straight up asked them. I was like, why not? What's the worst that can happen? But this is basically to make people sweat, because, like, why not? And I've got a jury vote, so I don't know, bargaining power, or I just want to know who lied. I mean, I was lying, obviously, too, but I don't know, just more information from the jury side. So we'll see. Yeah, like Edmund, I told him draw the battle lines, and he gave Olivia the power. That made no fucking sense at all. And I told him that, and he's like, afterwards he figured it out. But I'm like, bro, that was the time to make a gutsy call, and you didn't do it, and that's why we're in this situation. And I think he's probably gonna follow me right after. I mean, it's not his fault. It's just like the math was math, and it was right there. Why did you do that? So. Yeah, I do think that they coordinated that. Thomas has got the gift of gab, obviously. So I left him a seed. I hope he plays well, but I think he's following me pretty closely after. If he's not, kudos to him, because he's playing a good game. But I think the writing's on the wall for 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Like, it's going to be Shakira and Thomas at the top, obviously. So we'll see how this plays out. Let me pass off how much everyone has to my ally, Edmund. So what is it? Seeds and banked votes. So that's all I'm gonna do. I know I'm going home right now, but this is my last-ditch effort to try and get him further in the game. So I'm going to write down everyone's bank votes and seed counts and put it in his cup. He can use it however he wants. But good luck, buddy. Good luck, bud.
We can't auction anything now, so I don't know what the seed count is gonna do.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying to get a seed count and tell everyone what everyone's seed count is.
Tell him I'm broke. What about it?
Well, do you think he would like lie and be like, oh, they have a ton of seeds?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, he's gonna do what he can do.
Well, he already lied about what Bryn said.
Yeah.
Straight up. Because I asked her, I was like, girl, wait, can you say that again? Like, I want to hear you say it. She's like, say what? And I was like, what you told him? And she's like, I didn't even tell him anything. I'm like,
I don't know if he just...
I think he point blank lied. I think he point blank
I keep thinking
lied.
about it. I'm like, maybe he can misconstrue. No.
No. Because look at how she was sitting in this chair. She was like, you know, I hate being in this position. I don't think she'd be like, nah. I thought she did, 100%. I just really wanted to hear her say it.
Yeah.
It's between them. And I think everyone's agreeing on who they want.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, Shakira's a strong player, but she's been straight up this whole time.
Yeah.
She's been straight up. Shane, not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much. Not so, well, you know, that's fine. He wasn't very good at not showing his cards.
I have no seeds, no power. Not sure where it's going. I think I'm just, like, I got onto a roller coaster and thought I was in the front seat, but really I'm in the middle seat. And, like, I'm strapped in and it's too late. It's too late to do anything. I cannot stop the ride. Initially, my personal plan was to put Shakira and, I wanted Shakira and Zach, one of them, to be gone. My initial thought process was to put Shakira up on the block and Thomas Luke up on the block. And that way I knew one of them would have the support to get the one that takes him off the block, uproot. And then that way I was banking on it being Thomas because I do have an alliance with Thomas and I was going to speak to Thomas about this. That way it would be Shakira and Zach. One of them would go home. However, I was in the room with Olivia and Shane, and then Shane left and Thomas came in, and Thomas looked me in the face and said, well, why not just make it Shane? And so I got Olivia to agree to Shakira, make her sweat a little bit. But I think ultimately this is to get Shane out of here because he's doing a little bit of a rogue moment where he's kind of grasping. I've been told that he's twisted my words and what I've said, and I don't know. The decision to put him up on the block was purely last minute. Purely last minute and not a whole lot of thought behind it. But looking back now, it's kind of a good move. I'm rambling now, but I do feel bad. This is not in my nature to be this type of person. And I avoid confrontation at all costs. So for him to ask me immediately after the, I don't even know what we were doing, but to pull me aside immediately and ask to speak with me, had me quaking in my boots a little bit. But I'm all good. I think I'm okay.
No, there's no bad blood. I was a little thrown off because like I thought that like when I asked you that question, you like shut me out and like didn't tell me. Remember?
Well, okay.
Or whatever.
I don't want to talk about the game because I don't want that to influence like the decision there.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you to shoot yourself in the foot. You played a great game. You're in the position that you're in. Don't hurt yourself.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
congratulations.
That's fair.
Yeah, and all day, but yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That's fair. Yeah, no. I also.
It's time for another banishment ceremony. Shane and Shakira, you have been nominated for banishment. At the end of the ceremony, one of you will be leaving the greenhouse game. But you each get one more chance to make a quick speech to your fellow players and we'll vote. Shane, you're first.
All right, I think I know where everyone's head is at. You've been pretty open and honest with me. If there's anything that I can do for your game, yada, 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 blah, 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 fake. Good luck, and I'm going to be watching because whoever wins this, it better be someone that was playing hard. I'm not voting someone that was passive, so good luck.
Shakira.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for everyone who has been open and honest and loyal to me thus far. I hope that continues through this voting. I'm looking forward to, like you said, like playing hard with people who are like playing the game strategically and not just like kind of floating and, you know, trying to get by. So, you know, I'm looking for those people to go forward and through with, hopefully, if I make it to the next round.
All right, and with that, it is time.
I'm so sorry. I gotta save my MS here. Okay, thanks.
Shane, you and I have talked. You know where this is going. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Go around.
My voting chip! Alright, I vote to banish Shane. You can zoom in on my notebook. I wrote the number 9 by his name because that's the place that I promised him to vote for.
It's sealed it at the end. He just hadn't been playing a good game. I feel like he's lied about a lot of stuff to me and other players, and it's his time. He's gotta go.
Good. Shane was my first number 1 in this game, but with how things shook down, I think I set myself up better than him. Hopefully they stay loyal to me, so I vote for Shane.
Thank you. Once I announce the result of the vote, the banished player will say their goodbyes, walk out the door, be whisked away in the golf cart, and have a lovely exit interview with Caitlin. By a vote of 5-0, Shane, you have been banished from the greenhouse. Thank you for playing.
They all told me you were going. No, I told them.
Oh.
That was so cool.
Good game, guys. Good luck. Can't wait to see you all on the other side. Good job, James.
It is time for another greenhouse challenge. Olivia and Bryn, as our last greenhouse players, you cannot play this week. The rest of you will be competing. This challenge is called Trivia and Dare. I will ask you a question, and you have to say what year you thought it was in. Whoever gets closest to the year without going over chooses two people to face off in a lassoing contest. The person who wins scores a point. The person who loses gets a strike. Anyone who scores 2 points enters the greenhouse in the order that they score 2 points. Anyone who receives 3 strikes is eliminated from the challenge and cannot enter the greenhouse. Question 1. In which year were tobacco commercials banned from network television in the United States?
2000.
1977.
1972.
1998.
1982.
1999.
The correct answer was 1970. Everyone went over, so Zach gets it.
Nice.
Wow. Hey Zach, which two people are going? Okay, Zach and Edmund, you're up. Go. In what year was the Walt Disney Company founded?
Oh. 1920.
1928. 1932.
1959.
1947.
1928.
Thank you. The correct answer was 1923. Kat, congratulations. Who are the two to go?
I'll do myself and
Okay. Go.
Does that count?
Last time I called him in the bucket hat. Congratulations, Kat. You scored. When did the first Academy Awards ceremony take place?
Y'all, the mental gymnastics.
1925.
1964.
1941.
1935.
1952.
1923.
The correct answer is 1929. I believe. What did you have? 1925? Alright, Kat, you have it again. Which two players will go?
Here.
Alright. Go grab your lassos. Take a 100, please. Here I have it.
Woo!
When was Madonna's Vogue released?
I should know this.
1981.
1992.
1985.
1989.
1983.
2000.
Your correct answer is 1990. So, Shakira, you got it.
Wow.
What?
What'd you put?
Vogue?
I don't have my tattooed on my arm.
Okay, me and Thomas.
Alright, go grab your lassos. Go. Alright. Congratulations, Shakira. You are first place in the greenhouse this week.
Yay!
In what year was YouTube launched? Reveal.
2005.
2007.
2005.
2003.
2006.
2001.
The answer is 2005.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
That's high.
So, because you both did it, I'll ask you both another question as well. When did the United Nations come into existence?
This is something.
Reveal.
1990.
1911.
The answer is 1945, so Zach, you get it.
Maybe us too.
Okay?
Yeah, that
So
makes
y'all
sense.
can work.
That makes sense.
All right. Zach, you've scored before, right?
No, I got it.
Okay, you got it. So, when was the last time Bobby Fischer lost a game of chess?
1960.
2011.
2010.
1970 to 2005.
The correct answer
rank.
is 1992. So who got it? I think Kat? No, Thomas.
I got it.
All right, Thomas got it. Wait, Thomas, which two players are going?
How many games of chess have?
I'll play against you. Thomas gets a point and Abby gets a strike. When was volleyball created? It's the first year that it was at the Summer Olympics.
Oh, that does change. That does change.
It was what?
Okay, I'm changing it to first time it was at the Summer Olympics.
Okay, that's
1947.
1999.
1987.
1920.
1958.
1973.
1964.
Oh.
I think Thomas got it?
Yeah.
Yay. Thomas, who's going?
I want another voice. I'm gonna go get Abby.
You're gonna take me out.
Abby, go.
You know what? Yeah, man. That was funny.
Next question. In what year did all the girlianas at Roanoke disappear? Reveal.
1870.
Thank you, Lakers. 1670. 1645.
1863.
Correct answer is 1590.
Girlies, this was pre-America.
Yeah.
This is
I knew
America.
that. I knew that. I put free
I think Thomas
America.
has the least, right?
Yeah.
Thomas, you did it!
Alright.
Don't let-
I really don't want to go against Abby now. I don't want to eat those words. You know that?
Thomas.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go! And Zach enters the greenhouse in second, and Thomas gets nothing.
There's been a shift in time.
When did the last dodo die?
Oh no.
Dodo bird. When did the last dodo die? Reveal.
1990.
1890.
1982. 1986.
The correct answer is 1681. So, I mean, you got it.
No, dodos
I
are
think
like
he's going.
the OG extinction thing. What in the
Story?
Anthropology.
Yeah.
I think those are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Go! Ooh, chaotic. Just gotta go past the line. Alright, you have got it.
This is the second time it did not come all the way.
Alright, everyone, I have a few announcements. This is Newsweek headliners. So, for one activity, throughout the round, you can come meet Holly and let her know something that you'd like for us to post publicly on that door. If there's any secret, anyone you want to throw under the bus anonymously, let us know. You don't have to put anything, but just do it by nominations, please, if you have anything.
Let me go get a little paper.
We'll hook her up with something. Greenhouse players, it is time to choose the powers for the week. Third place was Cat. Would you like sunflower, rose, or 2 seeds?
2 seeds, please.
There you go. Second place was Zach. Would you like a flower, or would you like to steal the 2 seeds?
I'd like to steal the 2 seeds.
All right. Cat, which flower would you like?
I'll do sunflower.
There you go. And Shakira, would you like to steal either of these, or would you like to claim the rose?
Am I allowed to ask some questions?
Sure.
Okay. If I put you in power, who do you think you might put up?
Is that even left?
It's hard. This is a hard decision.
I was gonna say, there's really no.
I would have to have people come talk to me, honestly.
It'd have to be a conversation, but I think my front runner would be Brent. Brent.
Okay. How about you? You're not sure yet?
I'm not sure if Bernie's up there, but it's gotten so small, like I need people to come talk to me. And it would
Okay.
probably get down to the person who doesn't.
Would it, for either of you, would it be me? Okay, I'll have those.
Alright, there you go, Zach.
I just want to be able to talk to you. I feel like over the last few rounds, we've kind of interacted over other people
Yes.
that haven't really talked. Where's where are you feeling? Where's your head?
I don't want to leave,
Yeah.
but in terms of strategy,
Yeah. Okay, because at this point, because Shakira asked, she was like, who, if I pick, because Kat took seeds first, then I stole seeds, and Shakira stole seeds. None of us wanted a nomination.
I had that last round.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
No one wants
it. It sucks. And for me, there's no clear. It's just who I've talked to throughout this thing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to me in my head, ranking who.
I'm at your bottom.
You are. I'm so sorry. But it's just who I've worked with in challenges or who I've just kind of talked to when it came to some strategizing. It was just our conversation had fallen short compared to others.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you a heads up. I do plan on nominating you.
Okay.
I wanted to give you that because I wanted to see if you wanted to debate or talk about if you think that anybody else should go. I just wanted to give you the chance to plead your case if for what. I don't know. I wanted to talk to you about it
No, that's fair.
because there's so little of us. I could go this is what I'm thinking about. It would get back to you. It's not like I would.
No, thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone else that I would put
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Olivia, but I know that you're close with Olivia,
Yeah.
and Olivia would probably be the person who's low on my list.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And then also, I think Thomas is still a lurker, but I don't know if Kat's gonna pick.
Yeah.
So it could be.
I know. I do need to talk to Kat because I answered Shakira, but Kat didn't. I think Kat essentially said I need to talk to her before I can make that decision. I think people are just kind of aware that this is the last straws. I think we kind of ended up with a really good group of people who have kind of built a trust and respect throughout the game. We kind of weeded everybody out who is at least just kind of sneaky or not necessarily holding up to the trust or the standards the rest of the players have. So I think we're just at a point where just kind of see who picks who is going to strategize the best, who's going to keep who here. And I think this is no longer what we do now. It's kind of a culmination of what we have been doing this entire game. Who did you talk to? Who did you make the effort with? Who did you build that bond with? And that's kind of showing right here with who did it and who didn't.
It's the first time I have to put anyone up.
Yeah.
When I tell y'all I have no idea what to do with this, I chose the seeds.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know. This is it.
Right. No, literally.
Is it literally? Have you talked
Well,
to?
because Zach said he was going to put a Bryn.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
if you wanted to steal that from him. But I doubt you want to put up Shakira.
I thought
We made
Shakira won. Oh, did she take seeds?
She stole my seeds. Technically, Zach stole my seeds, and then she stole my seeds. Those are still my seeds. But we agreed for us to be part of it, we wouldn't
Right.
take Shakira out.
Gotcha.
And, like I said, once I have my word out, I can't go back on
Yeah.
it.
I respect that.
I put a little bit of cream on over sugar.
You're
I
so
love
sweet.
you. Honestly,
Honestly.
this is great.
But no, I understand. It's okay. It's just a game. I will not be upset with you if you have to. Granted, I would like to stay, but I'm just gonna make that clear. But
That's the thing. You're not on my radar. No one really is, but you're really not.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
you have to pick someone. You need a reason. And it's who do I pick? Yeah.
It would come down to Abby and Edmund. Edmund. And the only reason I picked, literally the only one, is that he didn't choose us in the
game, and that's the only thing.
That's fair. I mean, it's a reason, and it's not a personal one.
Abby was gunning for someone else, but they're gone. She never gunned for me.
Yeah.
I don't think Edmund's done anything wrong, and I'm definitely gonna talk to him and be like, look, I don't have any reasoning but this, and I think if it did come down to Bryn, it might be Bryn.
If it's gonna be Bryn or probably Abby, I don't know. I mean, with Kat,
I'm not sure with Kat. Yeah. I thought me, but Kat and I have been kind of chill this whole time. Like, I've never really crossed her. I've kind of filled her into the loop.
Yeah.
So I feel okay. The only other person I would think would be Abby.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what it's between. I mean, like, it's possibly Olivia, but I think Kat's pretty close with Olivia. Or, like, they've kind of been, because in the beginning, that's kind of what it felt like it was. It was, like, me, Olivia, Kat, Abby, and that's kind of stuck throughout. And I don't see them giving that up now. And so like, I'm Kat having Sunflower. I'm a little worried. I wish I'd gotten a chance to talk to Shakira before. Before we went to Greenhouse. Because that would have encouraged her to pick a nomination. But that just didn't happen.
Next time in Greenhouse, you can talk before y'all choose.
Yeah. And like, we did like ask her, but it was like in the middle, and I was like,
It's okay. I wanted to finalize something with you, because I talked with Shakira and Edmund, and I know we are at Final Four, but I just wanted to like confirm that with you.
Yeah, no, that was kind of, earlier in the game I was just trying to read people, and it felt by the middle of the game that's kind of who I saw had the motivation and like had like respectful like relationships with people, and we're trying to keep things out in the open and communicative, and that's the four that I'm kind of just protecting. I love everybody else. But
yes, I agree. I think we've just kind of, we've had this like unspoken like trust with each other. Like, we have kept like level heads and have just like been together this whole game. So yeah,
agreed.
Sweet.
I'm still unsure.
If it's going towards me, just give me a heads up. Like,
here's my thing. I think I'm gonna try and put Evan. I'm gonna talk to him about it because I think he has a good chance against Bryn.
And Bryn really wants to go home.
I know.
Poor thing.
And I think that'll be okay. And if I explain that to him, I think that would work. The only thing is someone uses Uproot and we have to replace them. I still think you have a good chance against Bryn.
I'm just getting really nervous because it seems like I'm becoming a scapegoat for things.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are just scared of ruffling feathers kind of deal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think at this point, like, I think everyone's closer with each other than with me, so it's easy to throw me under the bus.
I feel the same way though.
Really?
Like, yeah, I feel like everybody's kind of there. Because we're all doing a good job of talking to each other.
Yeah.
I think personally, I was told that Zach is putting up Bryn.
Yes, Zach is putting up Bryn.
And I think she has the bigger target than you.
I think so too.
I'm much more loyal to you than Bryn.
Like our talk from earlier, our idea from earlier still stands because I feel like every round I'm like, oh, are we working together or are we not working? Like, not you specifically, but just like everyone in general. Like, oh,
it's tricky. It's tricky. Right.
Are we not allowed?
Right.
Too. But she didn't tell me her name.
That's good.
She said she was going to talk to Edmund and then see if he was willing to go up against Bryn because Bryn does have the bigger target.
That's true.
Edmund has had a theory that Shakira and Zach have been throwing each other under the bus lightly in order to disguise their relationship. Edmund mentioned this in front of both Shakira and Zach when they were discussing a potential Final Four alliance with Thomas earlier. Shakira pulls Edmund to the side to confront him about it and clear the air.
So I know this is in the past and this happened like a whole round and a half ago, but it's something I just wanted to kind of clear the air over. So I remember when we were back there and it was like me, you, and Zach, and we were...
I could tell you didn't like that I said that.
Yeah.
I could tell.
I was really thrown off. I don't mind that...
Okay, sorry.
No, I don't mind that you had the thought and that you wanted to address me about it, but I didn't really like that you addressed me about it in
front
front of Zach
No,
because
for
I was
sure.
really like thrown off about it. So I kind of just wanted to like hash that out.
So I saw your reaction when I said it, so that's why I kind of like tried to backtrack, which I'm sure you saw.
Yeah.
I just figured if we're real about that Final Four, which I am.
I am too.
I am so ride or die for that. To me, like I said, I'm all about communication. So I'd rather air out all the bullshit.
Okay.
And not be scared of it, so
Yeah.
that way we're all on the same page.
No. Okay, that's fair.
But I could tell right away you were like.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. We
Yeah,
just
it was out of left field.
we like just had something good, and
Yeah.
then you were just like, no, but you said da da da, and like to be, I'll tell him to his face, like he was annoying me because
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he was necessarily
I
being
just
up
thought
front.
you were saying the same things to his face, so that's why I thought it was safe to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I hope you didn't think I meant like
no,
malice.
no. But I had talked to him. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this like chip gate and how Abriel got all those chips. And I was like, I feel like you have more than you're letting on. So we did talk about it. It was something that I did talk about to his face. But when you said it like, oh, he's pissing me off, I feel like it kind of just like shook the room a little bit in a way. And so I just didn't want to. I didn't want to jeopardize.
Like I don't remember every single word that you said.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
you didn't say it the way that I said it and the
Yeah.
tone that I said it in. So that's just me being dramatic because that's how I am. So.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, I'm absolutely 100% still good about this Final Four. The only thing that I'm nervous about is we have not talked in as a Final Four. Like I updated Thomas about it, but I feel like as a four we haven't.
I talked to
acknowledged
Thomas
it.
as well alone, and I said I talked to Zach and Shakira, and they want to go to four.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, Shakira just talked to me about it, which I'm
Okay,
down
good.
for.
Do you still just want to like go over there and solidify it? Like I feel like this
Let's
is
do
the
it right now
opportunity.
while we're gone.
Obviously, we've all definitely had talks of this. Like this is a four that we would like to see go
Hold on, Olivia,
far.
That's okay.
This is.
I was saying that I was telling Thomas that I talked with Bryn and essentially told her that she was my nomination.
Which she seems chill with. I think she was kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
Me and Shakira were just talking. We just kind of wanted to talk as a group.
Yes.
So that way we are all on the same page.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just telling
I was just gonna say I'm kind of worried. I don't know what Kat's gonna do.
Yeah.
But I trust you guys. We both have 2 votes. So if
I think we were
any
totally
of us
safe
go
this
out,
round.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
You
I
think
think
she's putting
we're
up
all
who?
good.
I think she's probably
Gonna put a baddie?
I think so.
Okay.
Which is.
I mean that's the best case scenario.
It's kind of. I think she's putting up Abby.
But we can't be seen together in case someone goes in there and tells her
Let me-
and
let me-
flips
let me
it.
pull Shakira. I'm gonna talk to Kat.
So I'm gonna talk. I need to talk to Kat.
You can sing it.
I've been good with her honestly, the whole game. I've been good with you.
Things I have to choose someone. If it was you, like, how would you feel? I need to know, like.
I mean, I would be hurt because I thought we've been working
Smart.
really closely together the whole
I
time.
agree, and that's so.
Plus, I don't want to sit next to her.
This is very.
And I have no seats, so.
Yeah, I know.
Neither do I.
Neither of us has.
Y'all are just not in a good spot. Okay.
If it was gonna be me or him, make it me and choose someone instead of him.
But Zach is nominating you.
I know, but
But technically, you do get first choice.
yeah.
But I don't know what Zach would do if he couldn't choose Brent.
That would be interesting on your part. That would be cool as heck if you did that.
But then she's just gonna piss him off. But I mean, if pissing him off saves me, then I'm fine with that. But I don't want you to ruin your game. But I'm not asking to be put on block.
I just need to talk to everyone. I know, and I don't want to put you on the block.
Okay.
I do not. I just don't know where I'm at right now. Honestly.
But we are.
Everyone's on an even playing field. Everyone's buddy. Everyone's.
We are at Final 8 where we do need to talk about those end game plans.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm trying to like kind of pick your brain because I feel like you know where I lie. So.
I do.
I think you're close to Olivia, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I felt like I've talked to you and Olivia together multiple times.
Yeah. I agree.
So I'm just asking you to repay back that way.
Yeah. And that's why I want everyone to talk to me. So like I'm happy we've talked.
Yeah.
That makes me feel.
I just didn't want to I kind of went the last
Just
one.
be like peace out.
But like yeah, I was kind of expecting that. I'm like, okay, should we talk to everyone? So yeah, I mean, I really don't want you to let me up. I feel like I've been loyal to you. So
You have.
I would just respect if you paid it back.
Okay.
Hello, top 8. It is time for another nomination ceremony. Kat, you're our sunflower. Please stand up and make your nomination.
This sucks.
I love all of you. I think you're all really great. This is very hard. And the only reason I am doing this is because we did not talk. And the coffee I'm holding you did give to me, Thomas. I am so sorry.
It's alright.
Thomas has been nominated and receives a seed. Who's my rose? Zach.
So sorry. My next nomination, I've already spoken to. I'm sorry, my dear, but I picked Ren. All my roses to you.
Thomas and Bryn have been nominated.
Yes.
It's time for the auction. Shane has left the game, a Final Four alliance has solidified, and Thomas has been nominated for the first time. See what happens next time on The Greenhouse Season 3.